Okay. Good afternoon, folks. Okay, my picture wasn't coming up for some reason on YouTube. So, hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's had a relaxing weekend. So, what are we doing? We started up with a bit of an uptrend today with a little bit of a break at a new high. So, what we're going to be doing today, I'm not too sure. The volume's also a little bit low. Now, it's a bank holiday here in the UK. And probably a few other places, so that may be why volume's a little bit low. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah, not a huge amount of volume. There is a bank holiday in the UK. You can. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? So I don't know whether volume's going to be a little low. So for some reason, you guys noticed on Friday, I traded the news, and for some reason that shot up and hit $58,000. And I never got an email from Apex saying that it had passed. So I dropped them a message, which I'm waiting for them to get back to me. I'm not sure why, whether there's... See, the fact that it's hit $8,000 on a $50,000 count, trading 10 contracts during the news, tells me that something might be a little bit wrong there. I'm surprised it went up that way. It should have just come out at $3,100, so I'm not too sure what's going on. So there is a lower high there, but I'm not sure whether we're going to attempt to go up a little bit. So just going to sit tight there. We could have a couple of legs. It could continue up a little bit. So I'm going to have to get back to him about on that. So, Akitri, how you doing, buddy? So I'm not sure what kind of day it's going to be today because of the bank holiday in the UK. And probably a few other places as well. I know you US guys haven't got anything. So we'll just play it by ear. If volume picks up, great. If it's slow and stagnant and doesn't do a lot, then I may finish a bit early today. But so there is, it's hard to know what's going on here. Whether we're making some range tops or we've had a leg down and a break. There's a bearish bar there which triggered, and then price moved back up above the EMA. So I'd say this is looking like it may be pushing up a bit more. It's hard to say at the moment. Yeah, I can't go short there anyway. Price is above the EMA. Just quickly on that NQ. It's looking like it's pushing up a little bit there. I'm just going to open this up a touch. I mean, we've had a touch. With the break and made a new high, so it's hard to know what's going on. Just check there's nothing there. Okay, that's interesting. So we got a touch, and now push off there. So maybe there is a bigger channel. It's a bit early, because if it goes stagnant there and comes down, it may just be putting out some range tops. So we'll keep an eye on that. So there was a second entry long there, but there's also it's gone a bit too far for a lower high, but you know what I mean, that type of bar would come down, but it's closed on the EMA, so this may just be going a bit sideways, or it may be pushing up a bit, I don't know. But that's weird. It's just, you got a big bullish bar there, full green bar, which is triggered. So is this coming down? We have a leg and a leg. Yes, I was hoping to have 10 PAs this morning, but yeah, that one that's at 58,000. I'm not sure what's happened with that one because I didn't get an email. So whether, I don't know. It's unusual for it to hit that. So whether it went up, came back, and cancel the account, hit the trailing stop. I don't really know actually, but I've emailed them. Hopefully they'll get back to me and find out. But it's unusual for it. I mean, I was trading 10 contracts on the news. I did an OCO order, so I put an order above price and an order below, and whichever it hits it. Straight. Morning all, how you doing, buddy? Straight lines tattoo. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether something went wrong with that order, and it's the first time, in all honesty, I've never had an email with a PA from them, so I'm not sure what the score is there, but no problem. I mean, if it has it, if it's hit the stop, not the stop, if it's hit the trailing drawdown before it shot up. Sometimes when market moves that quick, it can do all sorts of weird stuff. So I'll just wait for him to get back, but it's not a problem. I have picked up another eval. I just wanted to get 10 for now. And then when I get another payment, I'll just start to add some more. And the plan is to trade 10 and 10 separately, just in case. Sam, how you doing? 10 PAs, you're on the way. Let's hope so, Sam. Let's hope so. Let's hope we all are, mate. My belief is if you continue to keep learning and keep doing this, we'll all get there. I think the toughest bit is to tame those emotions, and if you can get them under control, and I seem to have had, then I think that was the last piece of the puzzle for me to start to be able to grow. But it is early days. The last time I felt like I was starting to grow, reality came around and gave me another kick in the bollocks. So you just don't know. But I do feel like I'm in a better place now. My patience is better. My trade choice is better. And now those emotions seem to be in check to a degree. I feel like I'm in a good place now to start to climb that ladder. I think the hardest part is to get above those first two rungs of the ladder. And if you can do that and you realise, things are going okay, then hopefully confidence and belief and all those factors come into place. So I'm not sure about volume today. It's definitely slower, isn't it? That's for certain. We've only had that. That's where market opens. So we've had a very small amount. So the bank holiday is playing a part. We'll see what happens anyway. We'll give it a little while. So touch. Starting to look like a channel. A couple of legs back. There was a higher low there. My only slight concern is whenever we start ranging for the day, we often push up and bounce a few times before we come down. So that's why I decided to leave that bar, because I didn't want it to trigger me and come down. And all we're doing is making range tops, because we've been up here once, twice. If it triggered and came down, that'd be 3 times. And it could start to come down and maybe go sideways. It's hard to say at the moment. Let's have a look at this NQ. Yeah, that NQ looks like a nice chart as well. It's only a couple of touches there, but it's fitting very neatly at the top, and it visually looks okay. There's a push up with sort of pull back a little bit of sideways, and then we're off again. So they're both telling similar pictures. So that ATR's down a bit today, which is better. It was quite high last week. A lot of last week it was sort of I don't know, 2.5 to 3. So it does seem to be slowing down a little bit. It just makes risks a little bit more. I think we're going to have a break here, this channel. Be nice to test this area here. Okay, possible second entry long, but it's just sideways, and that is a million miles from the EMA. Yeah, I get it's there. But another reason for me to stay out of a long at the moment, this NQ, we've had a channel down here. We're getting a little bit of a break, so I expect either a new low or at least to touch here somewhere. So I think this is going to come down a little bit more. So another reason for me to not get into a long here. It's clearly a bit of sideways stuff going on. Yeah, volume's definitely low today. So touch, 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 it's fitting perfectly there. So this does. I'm confident now this channel is, let's put that there. So we got a leg up, couple of legs back, and what looks like the start of another leg. Just can't go longer at the moment because that NQ isn't looking right. I wish they'd hurry up and approve that payment so I can trade that account again. I put an approval in on the 1st, which was 5 days ago. I was talking to Sam. Sam put his in the same time as me, and his was sorted out on Friday. So, Rodian, how you doing, my friend? Trouble is, while it's pending, I can't trade it because if I lose a trade, the payment won't go through. Okay, that second entry did work, but it's, in my opinion, it's not safe to take. You may take it because it is sitting on that line. Trouble is, 1, it's congested. 2, you really want to be out before the highs, and there's just no room. And 3, it's just too far from that EMA. That EMA is like my little lifeline. I don't often take these just because they're sat on there. I like the 2 to come into contact, really. It depends, actually. If it's a tight channel, there may be a slight change. So this NQ now, hopefully, we've had a little channel with a break, hopefully down to the EMA, or maybe retest this line, or possibly make a new low. It depends. And if it's strong enough, it may just keep coming out, but I'm just not thinking about getting involved, so at least that comes down to here. Whether it will or not, I don't know. Okay. I'd like to see that get stopped down. Come on, come down here a bit. Come on, let's have a break now. Yeah, we seem like we're losing a little bit of momentum here, so I'd like to see a break here. There's nothing worse than slow moving. I have a feeling it's going to be like this most of the day, I think. Like to do is have 2 legs down to that EMA, second entry long, trade the breakout. Seeing your progress here in the last couple of months is very motivating for everyone. I appreciate that, mate. Who's struggling and look forward to seeing you withdraw from your PAs. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Mate, it's partly down to you as well. Because you and John were the two that well, first thing I did when I noticed that guardian angel, I saw Nutty make a video about it, and I spoke to him. I think it was maybe 4 months after he'd made that video, and he said he was only using it to finish his day off because he had a few problems. And then I got talking to in the stream, and I spoke to you and John, and you said no, it's fine. So I decided to, based on what you and John said, I decided to go ahead. And I think this was on the Tuesday I was talking about it. I said to myself, weekend, I'm going to go and buy it. And ever since I made that decision, I started to relax. And those emotions of losing a trade just stopped affecting me. Don't get me wrong, I still feel that little bit of... no one likes to lose a trade, do they? But I don't have that urge to have to try and get it back. It's completely gone. So that's parting thanks to you, bud. So, if I help you guys and you help me, the thing is with trading, there's no competition because there's, it doesn't matter. It's not like a carpenter opens a business down the road from you and he's taking some of your business away. It doesn't work that way. It's a personal thing. So it's part of the reason I like streaming is because you get talking to other people and it helps you. Excuse me. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your comment, mates. I feel like I'm in a better place now. It is very, very, it's been baby steps, as you guys know. You know what trading is like when you're learning to trade. It is baby steps, isn't it? All the way. But I do have a flick through some of my older videos going back to, when did I start? I think it was Christmas before last, I think just before Christmas. And I do have a little flick just to see, the types of trade I looked and what I sounded like while I was in a trade, and it was a lot different. That's one of the good things about having the ability to watch back. But I appreciate your comment, mate. Thank you. I think we'll all get there given enough time. I've said this from day one. The emotions that you get when you're trading, which cause you to feel that desire to jump back in, they can't. It's impossible for them to keep affecting you. Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. For me, I think my trading skills are good enough to make money. That is very tempting.
Order submitted.
What's the risk on it? 7.6. It's quite small, isn't it? Come back and get me. Come on, be fair. Come on. I'm not chasing you anymore.
Order submitted.
I'm not being too greedy. I want to get out before the top. I'll come back to it in a sec. It's quite a small risk, so I just don't like what the NQ is doing. I'm just going to give that one extra tick. That's going to stuff me. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm going to get out for break even +1. Or Is that going to trap that short? Let's have a look. I'd like to see that trigger. Indy, how you doing, bud? How you doing? Still not a massive fan of this, so I'm just going to get out for one tick. I'm hoping that triggers. Part of the reason why I took that, it is a second entry long, and it's also looking kind of nice. We go sideways, nice bullish bar, and that for me looks like it's going to push up on the NQ. So that was another reason why I took it. But I'm going to get out for break even +1 because I don't know now. It's looking a bit different. This seems to be holding down here for some reason. Go on, push up.
Order filled.
There we go, we're out. It may work, but I don't know. You know, when you just get that feeling that, yeah, it is working. Okay, it's not a problem. I don't mind getting out of a trade if I think something doesn't. I did it the other day. I decided I didn't like what I was seeing, and I will hope you're the same. I'm good, bud. Yeah. It happened the other day. I got into a trade and I decided to get out. And just as I was getting out, it started to go in my favour. So I thought, hold on a bit. And in the end, I ended up losing the trade. So I think that initial instinct, I don't like what I'm seeing here. I think it was a good enough reason, which is why I decided to get out. The good thing about getting out of a trade is I got $17, so it's not even there really, isn't it? But much better than... so let's have a look at this. So it's clearly a second entry long. It's off. It's come below everything and then pushed up and finished one tick off its high. It's also right at the bottom of the channel. Right at the bottom of the range. So I expected it to work. Now, initially, when I got into the trade, I wanted to get out before the top. So I put it about there, I think. Now, it clearly would have worked. It is a second entry. Sometimes, if these trades are good enough, they will work. And your stop will remain intact. But I think sometimes, if I get a bad feeling about something, I tend to listen to my gut now. Because it helps me out more times than it doesn't. And there was something about that that I didn't like, especially when we had the failure. Now, I was kind of hoping the failure would trigger, and if it did trigger, it may have gone up a bit higher. But Mo, how you doing, buddy? But that's fine anyway. If something doesn't feel right, you know, you've got to make a judgment call. Why is the market so slow? There's a bank holiday today in the UK, so I'm assuming other parts of the world there is as well, probably Australia, which is why volume's a little bit low. But yeah, I mean, it is a second entry long. It's right, you know, it's broken out the bottom and pushed back up, finished a tick at its high. And look, it's probably going to push up. Everything's still holding. It hasn't broken below there. So sometimes if you just leave these trades, they will work if they're good enough. But volume's a little bit low today. So, you know, you just get a gut feeling. So I tend to go with my gut. So let's just mark that. I mean, it clearly went to where I wanted to get out of that line, just below that line. So it clearly worked. It was only a point. That's the thing. There wasn't a lot of profit there, really, to be safe. So it's a second entry long. It's plus one tick, is that right? One tick. That's fine. Yeah, so you just don't know, do you? So I got in there, which was a tick above, and I would have been happy with a point, which I'd have got. In all fairness, I don't usually like taking trades just for a point. It's too much of a risk, really. I don't like the risk to get one type of a thing. And I think that was a 225 risk. I put it a tick below there. A lot of the times lately, it saves you that extra tick. But that was like a 250 risk for a point. It's not the most attractive trades, really. But having said that, so far, it does look relatively bullish up until it starts to go sideways. But after that, I thought we were going to take off. But I'm hoping we may get up to this other leg, but it has gone stagnant now. So we got a touch, a touch, a touch, and a touch. It's fitting perfectly there. Almost looks like a 2-tier. We've had that push up, working this top tier. We've had 2 legs back, working this bottom tier. So after this break, I do expect it to break these highs. And in all fairness, out of everything I can see there, that is the strongest looking. In fact, I haven't reloaded my historic. Let's see if these bars look any different. But that, to me, at the moment, is probably about the strongest one. It's broke out the most and pulled back a tick off its high. I do expect that to push above these, but a point would have been enough there for me, and it would have worked. Sometimes, trouble is, when I get that feeling, I do like to listen to it. So, okay, done what it was supposed to. Sometimes I do take a bit of time, but really, if you're following Pats, you need to be out before those highs, really. So there's only really a point. You may go for a 0.25, but which is, it's not a fantastic profit for the risk. So at least I'm up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times $17. It's better than a kick in the teeth. Okay, so right, that was it, wasn't it? That's the thing. Sometimes when you reload your historic, it knackers your chart up. So we've got a touch there, a touch there, a touch there, a touch there. It's fitting perfectly in 4 places there. And also 1, 2, 3. Nice there. So that's a channel for me. Leg in a leg. We just started to lose a little bit of momentum. So whether we'll come back, retest this top and push up higher, I don't know. Not sure. Oh, okay. I've just noticed there's $2,000 missing off that PA 55. So I'm guessing my payment has been taken out my account. Let me just have a check. Approved. Fantastic. That's good news. So yeah, I noticed it's dropped down. So I'm not even going to bother trading that today, to be honest with you. I'll drop down to 1 contract on that. But I'm not sure what's going on with this one here. Whether that's just something's gone wrong with that. It moved that quick. Just curious. How old is the account with $1,900 in? $1,900. Those two there, I'll tell you now. Charts, $1,900. It is, there's 2 of them. One's 12 days and one's 14 days. So the 14 days, nearly 3 weeks, that one, and 12 days. So yeah, so the 19, yeah, one of them's 14 days. So what's that? 100 a day, $150, $130 a day. Yeah, it works out about $150 a day, something like that on average. 10 days, 1,500. Yeah, something like that. $120 to $150 a day on average. So at least now, come tomorrow, I can trade that. So now, this one here, the one down the bottom there, the one that's now showing at $609, what I'll do is reduce that to one contract and forget about that now. I think the plan is, after payment, that account is now paid for itself by 10x. So I'll just trade it a contract. When it gets up to maybe $1,500, I'll go back up to 2, and I want to try and grow that one then. That's paid for itself. It's kind of like free money now. So yeah, I've been checking that one to see if I could trade today, and it's literally, I've just noticed it. So you know what? I'm thinking about knocking this on the head, actually. It's really slow today. It's actually beautiful weather in the UK where I am at the moment. What is it? It's about 17 degrees centigrade, which is quite warm this time of year. So I may go and get myself a glass of single malt and go and sit in the garden. See, I'd have never been able to do this going back 6 months. I almost felt like I was addicted to trading. I couldn't seem to separate my work life and sort of, personal life. Every second was thinking about trading. I felt really addicted. I was just on the chart all the time. But now I can quite happily walk away. It's just not affecting me. It doesn't feel like it's taking over my life anymore, which is a good place to be in. So anyway, clear channel there. We've had a break, a couple of pushes up to a new high. So are we going to come down here? I don't know. But there you go, folks. I'm going to knock on the head today. Volume's really low. Are you on the? I'm not sure. No, I haven't uploaded. I think the last 2 or 3. Now we had another update, didn't we, a few months ago? And I spoke to was it Shalon Winter or one of the other guys who got some of the Apex Facebook groups, and they said they would advise against it. Now I seem to remember back maybe a year or so that Apex said not to update to the recent one, so I don't know. When everything seems to work okay. So I'm not sure what to do. I might email Apex and say, am I okay to update it? Because you don't know whether, any changes, you know what it's like. You change one thing, sometimes it can affect others. Have you updated, Sean, have you? And if so, how are you getting on with it? Or is it, while we're on the subject, actually, is anybody else updated to the latest? You've not either. No, it just makes you a bit nervous. I believe you can. I saw a video once that it may be a couple of times ago after the update. I think you had to log in. Didn't you have to log in? Yeah. Log into NinjaTrader every time or something like that. And there was a guy who made a video on how to go back to the previous, the previous. Chad, you got no issues? No. Yeah, see, I'm not tech savvy enough to be able to. Have you updated? Do you update everyone, Chad, do you? Yeah, updates, no issues. Okay. what I might do is just put another post out later and just see if I can get a bit more feedback. And we'll see. Let me just save my chart. Six, 5th, 24, NQ. Okay, folks, I'm going to knock it on the head for the day. Volume's really low. It's hard enough when volume's low, when when everything's moving okay, but it's extra slow today. This almost looks like overnight. It's going to be like this for the rest of the day, I think. So it's nice here in the UK at the moment. We've got a bank holiday, so I'm going to go and enjoy it. My wife and daughter are off at the moment, pottering around the house somewhere, so I'm going to pour myself a single malt and go and sit in the garden, I think. So if you carry on trading, have a great day. Just careful today because it is so slow. Sometimes the patience can get the better of you. But I'll be back again tomorrow. So if you carry on trading, best of luck. And I'll be back tomorrow. So have a great day. Stay safe. And hopefully volume me back to normal tomorrow. And we'll do it all again. So bye for now.